Hello, this video is for ED 684, Effective Instruction at Avila University. The topic of this video is writing essential questions. So, essential questions. What questions? These are questions that are arguable and important to argue about. They could spark debates in your classroom. They're at the heart of the subject and transfer. They reoccur. They should come up in different areas like professional work, adult life, as well as classroom inquiry when we're really studying about a topic. They should raise more questions, provoking and sustaining, that engage inquiry and call students to do research and really try to understand these questions. Really, they often raise more important issues that are conceptual and philosophical and provide purpose and meaningful to connect this learning to what students already know. So in your textbook, this was page 113 through 115, and I want to kind of highlight the topical versus overarching. In my opinion, the easiest questions to write are the topical questions. You are super familiar with your content, and so it's easier to write all of the questions that you want students to be able to answer about the content within the context of your classroom. What I want you to stretch yourself to do is to write more overarching essential questions. Things that would apply to other content areas, other classrooms in the building, to life outside of the school, to working for our high school students. I want these to be what helps the content transfer to those big ideas that you've dedicated for your unit. So some tips on generating these essential questions. I want you to start out with a brainstorm doc and put a list of all of the good questions that relate to your unit. Really list out every question students could ask, anything you could ask them to research, because that list of questions will help you weed through it and make some more broad, overarching questions. Use the standards that we've begun unpacking. Use that for the basis. Pull those nouns out and make your essential questions start there. Make them broad and more arguable. This takes us beyond the content that you're teaching and towards the transfer, which is our goal. This will help students have those rich discussions and debates in your classroom. So here is a list of question stems that came from the series that might help you go through and make some more overarching essential questions. Feel free to pause the video on this page and really look through some of these stems that may help you craft good essential questions for your unit. So, as I'm going through these videos and trying to help out and give examples, I'm using my digital citizenship unit that I'm creating. So, look at some of the questions. The first one, how does a good digital citizen research? Now, this is more than just going to Google, searching for their topic, and ending up on Wikipedia. Because oftentimes kids believe that everything that's out there is true. But Wikipedia can be edited by anybody on the internet. So you really have to vet your sources and see if there are other resources that back up what that source is saying. How can I use technology to gather, organize, and share information? This is a life skill of being able to share information in productive ways, and nowadays using technology to do that. So all of these questions are good essential questions. Some of them are more topical, like getting to the digital footprint. But when you ask, what does yours convey? That's really digging deeper into looking at everything that somebody has put online about themselves and seeing if it's a positive image or a negative image. So really, again, think about more overarching and what could transfer, like this research question could transfer to absolutely everything in school, to a social studies class where you're learning about different wars and battles and really looking at, have you chosen good sources for the information that you're writing in a paper? So now it's your turn to try. These essential questions are going in your unpacking slide, but I really want you to take the time to brainstorm a good list of questions. Remember that I know that this is not an easy concept, and oftentimes the feedback that I give is that these questions are very topical, and I want you to look for some overarching essential questions. That's where our peer reviews and classroom conversations will come in. Remember, these don't have to be your final. This is a draft of essential questions and will help you make them better. So get some questions down, have your list of questions, and put some in your slide so that when students are commenting, they can say, ooh, I like this one, it's a good overarching question. Or, hey, your questions are very topical. What if you would try this question? Classmates will give you suggestions. I'll give you suggestions. This is just your first attempt at drafting your unit's essential questions.